Is Atlanta a soccer city? No. Atlanta, along with most cities in the U.S., are still not real soccer cities.
Counterpoint.
Go.
Atlanta is a city that is bubbling under when it comes to soccer as a whole. We want to make sure that no one is left out of the fandom and the experience of what this game is all about, which is bringing people together.
I fell in love with the game and then wanted to find it here in Atlanta, and it didn't really exist a whole lot, at least in my world on the South Side.
I mean, are we a soccer city? We're a baseball city, we're a Atlanta Falcons city, we're Atlanta Braves city, Atlanta Hawks, Georgia Tech, UGA, Georgia State, Kennesaw State. We've got everything from a professional and a collegiate standpoint.
I come from the era of Friday Night Lights. High school football has a designated space. This is Georgia, depending on where you at, Georgia, and it's SEC country. When I say it's a football city, it's because the Falcons have been here since the 60s, and their brand combined with the NFL marketing machine over a period of time, it's ingrained.
Incremental up until Atlanta United launching, and then pro teams and Atlanta United especially just blew it up. I always say, like, all the seeds that were planted in those 80s and 90s and early 2000s, all those seeds have finally come to bloom. The Ruckus, then the Silverbacks, were so important in giving local kids, that next generation after me, heroes and people to look up to, and those experiences of feeling what pro soccer could be like. We're past the point of just getting excited about having it, and now we're excited about all the nuance and all the storylines in having so much soccer in our city.
You know, there was always plenty of space for basketball, plenty of space for football, but there wasn't a lot of spaces for soccer. So you just need a ball, some kids that are passionate about getting out there and kicking it around, and safe spaces to be able to do it. And when you have that, I mean, a lot of the magic around the sport just happens organically. The inspirations have come at different stages with different people, but all with the focus on the same mission, which is improving lives and community through the sport of soccer.
Soccer is a global sport. It's a sport that really emanates with millennials and younger folks below the age of 40. And Atlanta is becoming a younger city. It's becoming a more transient city. Atlanta United was something when I moved here, I was like, I love soccer already, and this is just an amazing environment and culture that I just want to be part of.
I think we've seen Atlanta really become the center of American soccer. Atlanta has adopted soccer unlike any other sport. If you look at the other teams, the professional sports teams that are in Atlanta now or have been in Atlanta in the past, they've never had the success and the undying fandom that Atlanta United has.
We see more fans coming to our games than any other sports team in the Atlanta area. I think we get higher attendance than the Braves at their stadium, and same as the Hawks and the Falcons. So yeah, Atlanta is definitely a soccer city.
Una de las cosas que me atrapó fue la conexión que tenía con la ciudad. Creo que se ve un club desde afuera del exterior muy animado, muy diferente al resto. Así que me motivó el proyecto, básicamente, y me atrapó la ciudad en general.
We have been incredibly lucky here to have an academy fully funded from day one since 2017. And we've already produced some pretty good prospects out of that. Most famously, in Atlanta, there's nothing more important than being an Olympian. And we had Caleb Wiley, who came through our academy from age 12, played on the U.S. Olympic team, and then transferred to Chelsea last summer. But that really embodies what the possibility is going forward.
The Atlanta United Academy is a youth development soccer program that guides kids to reach their dreams of going professional or getting their education through college. They recognize the importance of how can we make our kids not just only better on the field, but even better as a human being. Growing up in Atlanta has helped me shape this tremendously. With the supportive community Atlanta holds, it's taught me the importance of teamwork on and off the field. And I think the city's energy inspires me to strive for greatness.
I grew up playing the game. I was really fortunate I got to play in college. Really fortunate I got to play professionally. I've coached at the highest level as well. I never thought I would work in the sport, but it's one of those sports that kind of once it sucks you in, you can't ever escape it, and it brings you back. That's why fans come to our match today. There's something about it that you can't really describe, that it always finds its way back in you. My experience at Adidas was very global. When you look at Atlanta and being such a diverse city in the global aspect, being able to bring that global experience and that global mindset to my role here has been extremely beneficial. But then also what Adidas does very well too is connect with people on the street level. So it's soccer to the streets, and the same thing we're doing here. And so making sure that we're thinking about all the different walks of life here that are in Atlanta and how can we connect with them on a 365-day basis versus the 18 matches that happen in our stadium.
One thing that Atlanta United does really well is that they don't do traditional forms of advertising for themselves. You'll see a billboard here and there. You'll see something maybe on the buses and stuff, but they don't do a lot of TV commercials and stuff because their audience, their key demographics don't really watch TV anymore. They do have a lot of social media ads, and they do a lot of more guerrilla marketing, like the murals, like a lot of the activations around town, giving out the flags, like seeing things in person. And they know that's where their core audience is going to be. It's really much more organic in the sense of the fans run the energy when it comes to marketing and promotion and such.
Soccer being a sport that is very expensive to play at a higher level, even inner city and outskirts, and being mostly a suburban sport. And until we get programs that are in the city that can take care of the kids, to feed them, make sure that homeworks are done, like what Soccer in the Streets is trying to do, make soccer accessible to everyone. And what Soccer Station is doing, making it accessible to where someone can get on a MARTA or a bus and be one ride from home to the pitch. If it wasn't for those programs, a lot of the kids wouldn't be seeing soccer in their neighborhoods, not on a competitive level.
What inspired me to join Soccer in the Streets is we're able to provide access to joy, to confidence, to trusting relationships to kids all across the city that may not have that opportunity. Station Soccer gives them an entry point into a game that they may not have access to because of finances or transportation. So it's a catalyst, it's a connector, it's a community builder, and for us, we think it's a game-changing aspect to soccer in the city.
I love playing soccer and I love sports, and the fact that you could play here every day in a very mild to warm climate, as opposed to grey and rainy days in the UK. I loved it here.
One thing about Sanjay, and I'm sure you probably will hear this from other people, he is just a super passionate, authentic, amazing individual that is so just focused on what's in the best interest of young people. Station Soccer is really his brainchild.
my daily commute to work, I took the MARTA train. I lived right next to a MARTA train station. And to get to the main station entrance, I had to walk through a parking lot. In my mind, I'm thinking, these are all unused, empty parking lots. And I knew at Soccer in the Streets, one of our biggest hurdles and challenges was places to play, safe places to play that were accessible. And I knew transportation was a hurdle. The light switch went off of, well, what if we took spaces in unused transit stations and built mini fields and essentially then built a community of pitches that were networked by transit and therefore a league. And the inspiration was daily use of transit and unused spaces.
MARTA and Soccer on the Streets have partnered up where we have soccer pitches in the various of our stations. We currently have stations in West End, East Point, 5 Points, which was the first one that was built, Kensington, and we're expanding to multiple stations where we'll have a total of 10 pitches throughout our system.
It's not just a transit agency, but it's a resource of community building. So something that we love at Soccer in the Streets and our partnership with MARTA is that everything is intentional. So the way that we work together, we're really trying to put the community in that particular neighborhood first. And I love that so much. And then we get to translate that and share a connection across the entire city. So we have all these neighborhoods in Atlanta, so many different cultures, so many different backgrounds, and they get to build their own unique club in their neighborhood. But then on Saturdays, we get to use this transit organization, this resource called MARTA, to connect all of those kids and those families all across the city. This station is the first ever soccer field in a transit location. It's a really powerful particular location in Atlanta. It's where everything converges in the city, and we're just so excited. I love it. I think it's actually a metaphor for what we're fighting for, which is connection. So a really big city that has so many different neighborhoods. 5 Points is where all of that comes to connect, and we're so excited to have a field here where we could use the game of soccer to do that for others.
I have the pleasure of saying that I am an Atlanta native. I grew up in Southwest Atlanta, and I am a product of YMCA recreational soccer. I actually participated in their recreation program, and so when it came time to look for a more competitive experience, I unfortunately had to jump in a car and drive across town to get a great soccer experience. And so the sport has just done so much for me. I've met a lot of great people. I was able to compete at the highest level, played at Syracuse University, also trained with the Atlanta Silverbacks well before Atlanta United came here. But what I love now is that organizations like Soccer in the Streets allow young people like me to actually not have to leave their neighborhoods to actually get a quality soccer experience. And so it's great to be able to come full circle and be able to lead an organization that's doing the things that maybe I wish I could have had when I was younger.
We've been lucky enough not to have to buy anything but your cleats and your shin guards, and that's been a blessing for us. We were very proud of East Point in general. We've been tournament champions for her age group 3 seasons.
3 seasons straight.
In a row, undefeated.
When I first started, our programs team was all male, but what I'm so grateful for is our current station soccer participant ratio is 60% male, 40% female, which is tremendous for us. And so we're just in such an exciting time to invest not only in the women's game, but also invest in the women's community and uplift all of those opportunities across the board.
Before Soccer in the Streets was here, there wasn't really a lot of outlets for children in her age group at the time, and I was searching for that. This has been an amazing experience to build community, get to know other parents, other kids, right, outside of your school.
Yeah, and I remember one time when I was like littler, I was walking past over here and I said, ooh, I want to be in here, and I actually am.
We are in East Point, Atlanta, Georgia. I am painting a mural for the city of East Point and Soccer in the Streets. Some of the elements we incorporated in the mural were the kids, which is the reason why the field is here, thanks to Soccer in the Streets. We incorporated a lot of Atlanta elements, such as the MARTA station, the Olympic ring. That was a monumental moment for us. We also incorporated the golden spike, which represents Atlanta United. One of the other elements we incorporated was the FIFA trophy. I felt that was very important to also incorporate in the mural.
American Outlaws is the nationwide group that supports both men's and women's U.S. national teams. AO Atlanta works with Soccer in the Streets, put on free soccer programming here in the city. I mean, I think that the dream is some kid who grew up playing in a Soccer in the Streets program is scoring, the game-winning goal for a U.S. men's or women's national team in a World Cup final, right? That's like the dream scenario. But from just an everyday scenario, it's important that kids get to experience the love that we have for the game for themselves. And we see the value of letting kids experience not just soccer, it's great, we love it, but like just athletic competition and friendship and all of the fun things that you get out of playing a sport for free. I mean, that's like a win-win scenario for us.
We decided to move to Atlanta because we were looking for a community that was very embracive to the soccer community and also has a diverse location as well. We are currently at McCurry Park South in Fayetteville, Georgia, and these are fields that are owned and operated by Fayette County. And one of the things that we did, we're really invested and excited about coming to the community. We're upgrading all the fields, the facilities, and also the equipment that they have here, which is really exciting for us because we can leave a legacy, and we're going to continue to invest in the fields even after the National Training Center is built. And one of the things too, with investing in the fields, we've been able to bring some of our youth national teams here, and really looking forward because it'll be the home for soccer in the United States and give us that opportunity to continue to do a lot of programming from coaches and referees, our 27 national teams, and also for the members within the soccer ecosystem as well. Mr. Blank is a generous donor for us. He's local here to the Atlanta marketplace. He is the founder of Home Depot, also the owner of Atlanta United, and he's provided a $50 million gift to U.S. Soccer to bring the National Training Center to life here in Atlanta.
If you look at sports traditionally within Latin American countries and Mexico, probably the two most popular sports are soccer and baseball. These are players that have represented their country both on a global level when it has come to the Olympics or has come to World Baseball Classic, for instance, or World Cup, for example, as well. And it's a sense of pride. And so when you're talking about a new community that has a duality in culture, both they're prideful of their American side, but then also prideful of their roots, sports allows for those communities to not have to pick sides. It's like you can show up in your Colombian jersey, whether it's in a professional soccer game or it's your individual city team, and still be able to show that pride and tell the story of it too.
Ha sido una evolución impresionante. Hoy en la actualidad tenemos una división que se llama Primera División de Adultos. El 90% son de hijos mexicoamericanos o de habla hispana, nacidos en Estados Unidos, con las nuevas generaciones, y ha crecido impresionante el fútbol. Eso no se veía hace años. Entonces ahora cada día los niños están más involucrados en el fútbol, los papás igual. Entonces ha crecido demasiado el fútbol. Ahora Silverbacks está lleno, Cementero está lleno, Bethesda está lleno, en todos lados está lleno. En el condado de Gwinnett no hay espacio. Todos los sábados y domingos, si no los usan los clubes, los usan las ligas hispanas. Entonces ha habido un gran cambio desde los años 99, 98 a ahorita. Ha crecido mucho el fútbol. Inclusive en los mismos anglosajones, el fútbol ha crecido mucho. Ahora, hace años no teníamos un equipo profesional de MLS. Con la entrada de Atlanta United, eso va a dar mucho más fuerza al estado a que sea un estado lleno de fútbol, ¿no?
Perfect cross for Latte Lot to go up and head home. Brilliant cross, brilliant header, and brilliant work from Miguel Almiron to help in the build-up. 1-0 Atlanta.
Jason Longshaw is a long-time soccer aficionado. He really is passionate about not just the sport of soccer, but he's very passionate about the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia, the region in general. And he was watching the World Cup and he got inspired by Argentina and the sport of soccer. And then he fell in love with the game and he wanted it to be prevalent everywhere. And he actually worked at Soccer in the Streets when I started volunteering there. And then now he is the color commentator for Atlanta United. And he's always wanted to just grow the game.
I got a feeling that Latte Lot is going to be very happy about the service he gets from Brooks Lennon all season long.
Oh, bueno, Jason, un gran amigo, un aliado de los latinos con Jason, una gran conexión. Él trabajaba para Soccer in the Streets. Le propuse que él fuera técnico de mis 2 selecciones, que íbamos en la liga hice selecciones de jugadores, los registramos a la Georgia Soccer, a la Federación de Estados Unidos, y participamos en el regional, estatal, y fuimos campeones nacionales. No, Jason, un amor impresionante para los latinos. Jason es pro-latino, y de ahí hemos tenido una amistad impresionante. Jason es una gran persona, es una persona que también le apasiona el fútbol, 100% le apasiona el fútbol, y así fue como conocimos a Jason y tuvimos una gran relación con Jason. La tenemos aún. Así es como conocimos a Jason.
Whatever I've done in soccer in Atlanta, whether it was working for Soccer in the Streets or working for the Ruckus back in the day and doing stuff with the Silverbacks, it's never about me, it's about the game. So being in this role and people maybe not recognizing my face, but recognizing my voice, and that happens a lot and it's really weird. It's weird for people to know who you are and you not know who they are. So it's awesome, and I think we're really lucky with the fan base that we've cultivated with radio and with our podcasts and all of that, that we've tried to make it personal. We're starting to get into the second generation though of Atlanta United. You have kids who have grown up now and that's all they know. So I think we'll see, like in the next 10 years, it look and feel even more different. People will see Mercedes-Benz Stadium and see the passion and the volume and just what it feels like and what it looks like. And they're gonna say, wow, Atlanta's a soccer city. It's so cool that now is just, we almost take it for granted.
Station soccer is not just about making sure that everyone who plays at a certain station has the ability to play free of charge, but it's about the connections. It's the social capital that they develop at their station when they travel to games at different station sites. They get to meet new kids, families get to meet new families. This organic thing happens when you eliminate the barriers and you just let the sport be the platform for what it's supposed to be. So the power of the sport creates those connections. It gives kids a reason to kind of connect with each other. I mean, it's just a magical thing that happens.
The future of Atlanta United is leaving a legacy that inspires generations to come.
All we really want to do is just create the platform for it and just let it do what it's going to do.
You look at the number of sports fans there are in this market, they might be fans of a baseball team or a basketball team or a football team, but their kids all play soccer. And that's incredibly fun when you see all these kids playing together and aspiring to be part of the Atlanta United Academy and hopefully eventually the Atlanta United first team.
If Atlanta United and other entities that are in the soccer space continue to do inclusive marketing and community efforts along with the natural growth of the game, I think we're well on our way to becoming a soccer city.
We are a soccer city. We're a soccer state. I mean, it's taken over.